There are some wonderful people, some incredible people in the world, and there are plenty out there that have really, made this whole principle of creating a vision and going after it and having a wonderful reason to go for it. Some of these people have achieved amazing things, and as you can see on the screen in front of you, people like Walt Disney. He was so passionate and so focused on this incredible vision of creating this world where people could literally escape into this fantasy land where they just had nothing but smiles and laughter on their face for the whole time they visited this park. This was his dream. And Disney World was born. And, just to lay out some of the challenges he had, stories say that he went to over 300 banks. He was turned down by each and every one until something like the 305th bank or somewhere around that number actually finally kind of bought into his dream and realized, okay, there's a chance this guy's going to do this, and gave him the money to do it. His vision was so clear in his mind and he was so passionate about achieving it that nothing was standing in his way, not even 300 banks turning him down. Have you ever been to a bank for a loan or gone and asked someone something, and not given up after 300 attempts? Most people would quit after one or two attempts. So, pretty impressive testament to a powerful vision. Another great man there, you see Winston Churchill. I'm sure I don't need to explain to you his prime role in defeating Hitler and his allies during World War II and really changing the face of this planet. We'd be in a very different world right now, I'm sure, if it wasn't for his vision of conquering Hitler. The next chap down, you see Roger Bannister, another great Brit, the 4-Minute Mile. If you haven't heard of this, maybe you've been living under a rock somewhere. The 4-Minute Mile is a profound story of a time when it was perceived that the human body could not run a mile in less than 4 minutes. And Roger Bannister had a vision of making that happen, and he did. And consequently now hundreds of people have run the mile in less than 4 minutes, and that time just keeps ever decreasing because of other people's vision to take it further. Thomas Edison, the light bulb man, the man that's had over 1,000 incorrect attempts, 1,000 attempts at getting his light bulb right, and it went wrong. And he still persisted. He still persisted in making it happen because his vision was absolutely crystal clear. In his mind, his vision was to create a light bulb that would literally change the face of the planet, and it has done. If you're sat listening to me now and you have a light on in your home, or you have light bulbs in your home, then you've been affected by this man's vision. Incredible. And finally, at the bottom there, you see the country of America, its dream to land on the moon. John F. Kennedy was president of the time, and they set that dream to land on the moon, having no idea how they were going to achieve it, or whether it was even possible, but just having a really clear vision on exactly what they wanted to do, and that was land a man on the moon before the 60s was over. And as you probably know from your history, they achieved it by 1969. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you might argue to the contrary, but let's put that aside and just, hey, it's a great example of a vision becoming real. You see, when you don't have, like all these people I've just mentioned, and countries indeed, when you don't have a clear vision, when you don't have a compelling, crystal clear vision about what you want and why you want it, it's just not going to happen. Because there are always challenges. As soon as you decide on a course of action, it is an absolute life guarantee that you are going to encounter challenges. You're going to encounter things that will make you stop, that will slow you down, will hold you back and pull you down unless you step up and step through them. So it's a guarantee that the challenges are going to be there. So what you've got to do is create a vision that's big enough, that's strong enough, that's powerful enough, that's emotional enough to keep driving you forwards, to get you to your goal. It's got to be so clear and so compelling that it just keeps pulling you in that direction the more and more you focus on it. And that's the whole essence of what we're going through here. Imagine being stood in front of, say, an archery target. With archery, the bow and arrow, and you shoot it at the big red target, or it's red and yellow and white and all those different colours. Imagine being stood in front of one of those now. Now imagine putting a blindfold on and someone spinning you around in a circle for 10 seconds. Now, for the scary part, imagine shooting that bow and arrow now at the target, having not only being blindfolded, but having zero clue of even which direction you're facing. Answer me this, how much of a chance, what do you think your chances are of actually hitting the target from your current perspective of blindfolding? You've been spun round in whichever direction you don't know for the last 10 seconds. if you're being truthful with me, I'm sure you are, then I'm sure you would agree that your chances of hitting that bullseye are zero, or excuse me, not zero, close to zero. There's a very, very slim chance that you might get it. And talking of creating this vision, let's get down to some, a bit more detail now, because what I want you to take from this lesson is an ability to go away and create this vision. Create this visual aid, this written vision of something that's really going to impact you. If you do nothing else, just looking at it every day and getting crystal clear on where you really want to be, will have a shift. It will make a shift for you. There's plenty more I'm going to share with you. I'm going to cover some steps over the next 6 lessons after this, which are going to blow your mind and show you just how easy it really is to lose weight and keep it off long term. But anyway, let's stick with our vision for today. And a successful vision, a real compelling vision, really comes in 2 parts, or 2 important parts to each vision. And what I mean by that is this. The first part is what you can see on the screen there, is what exactly do you want? What exactly do you want? And just down the left-hand side of the page, you can see the word SMARTY written. Now, if you've done any sort of goal setting or personal development or anything like that, then you've probably heard of SMART goals. SMART goals, SMART dreams, whatever. And what SMART really is an acronym. It just stands for a few different things that you need to keep in mind when setting a goal. So I'm going to run through them for you here, because they make a lot of sense. Some of them are pretty obvious when you're talking about weight loss goals, but I'll give you the acronym here.